What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Please hit the like button when you come through the door. Also, hit them notifications. Sub to the channel and share this video too as well. All right. Shout out to all of my subs, 10 toes down, day ones, and all of my new subs too as well. I appreciate y'all love. I'll give y'all a few to get up in here, and I'll go ahead and I'll go in. The gorgeous brown sugar's in the building. I see you in here. How you doing? Hope everybody feeling all right. About time we got some sun here, man. Golly. Been getting nothing but rain over here. Just rain, 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 rain. I be getting tired of that, man. Like, just rain all the time, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be summertime, man. We need to be out. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it, Ted? See you in here, man. What's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody feeling all right, man. You know, it's raining in Ohio. Ohio. Yeah, man. It's raining. Well, you know what's crazy, though? Like, in this part of Texas, though, it rained more in more areas than others. Like, in some areas, it didn't even rain that much, and then in some areas, it was some hail. Oh, Lord heaven. They trying to mess up my stream, man. Press 1 if y'all can hear me. They trying to mess up my stream, y'all. Push 1 if y'all can hear me. I've been having trouble with this. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Alex? The Dallas Mavericks, them not having Derek Lively showed a lot, all right? It showed the his presence, his non-presence in the middle. It showed a spark on defense. And what they were lacking. And the Wolves took full advantage of it. Karl Anthony Towns, he took full advantage of it. Of course, Anthony Edwards, he took full advantage of it. Derek Lively, man, like Rasheed Wallace has said, man, Derek Lively, I would say in the next, like, maybe even 3 years, he's going to be a premier big man in this league. A premier guy that plays the front court. Everybody, I think people forget that Derek Lively is a rookie, y'all. Derek Lively is a rookie. And he's doing phenomenal things. And his presence alone, listen, not taking anything away from Kyrie and not taking anything away from Luka or any of the rest of the crew, PJ Washington, Gafford. But Derek Lively, his name speaks for itself. He's a live wire. He's a live wire. What's up with it, Stephen Green, man? Yeah, Stephen Green, man, you be capping, man, in your videos, bro. You was capping yesterday, man. Nah, man, my guy, Stephen Green, man. You up in here talking, man, I heard you yesterday, man. Indiana, man, Indiana is a better team than what stated. You know, and I got to talk about Rick Carlisle in a little bit, man. I'm going to talk about Rick Carlisle. There's a situation that happened with Rondo. Yeah, man, he up in there. I don't know if it's something personal he got against Boston or Indiana. I'm like, dang, but I forgot. You know, he is Sixers fans, And we don't really like anybody in the East like that. So I can't blame them. It's all good, man. But to get back to what I was saying, Lively, uh, he will be a premier big man in this league for years to come. Rasheed Wallace was on point about that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When he gets a starting role, watch. Now, Minnesota, I'm not going to take anything away from their win. I know that Anthony Edwards, he had 29 and 10 rebounds. He actually almost out-rebounded the whole team again. Rudy Gobert had 10, but I'm going to talk about Rudy Gobert because he didn't play particularly well. Karl Anthony Towns has been listening to the whole entire LDBC. Everybody's been getting on his helmet about him going to the rack, okay? He finally listened to us. You know what I'm saying? He finally went to the rack and let your game open up. And you know what's interesting, man? Karl Anthony Towns used to go in a lot more, especially when he was at Kentucky. And when you look at those games when he played for the Dominican Republic, okay, he went inside a lot more. Matter of fact, I'm going to be honest with you. Karl Anthony Towns was part of the reason Kentucky was so successful that year, man, when they they had that run in it with Kentucky or whatever. And that was the Karl Anthony Towns that I like. And he didn't, his numbers and all that didn't jump out at you and stuff like that, but just his impact. And that's the Karl Anthony Towns that I like to see. But everybody didn't want to see him settling for jumpers. Man, go inside, man. Like if you're aggressive like how you are, man, nobody can really. I'm not gonna say nobody can stop you, but there are very few guys that will be able to keep up with you with your size that you have. I think sometimes he forget, that he, a 7-footer pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You're not 6'5". You're not 6'2", man. You said Harris Twins and D-Book. Yeah. But Karl Anthony Towns. But see, the Harris Twins weren't. Unfortunately, they weren't successful. You don't hear about them no more. You don't hear about them no more. Now Devin Booker, you do. And see, Devin Booker wasn't as great. His collegiate career wasn't as great as the NBA. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? His numbers didn't jump out at you either. But anyways, man, that's a whole nother story. Look, they took full advantage of not having Lively. But there's something that we're not talking about. Okay, yes, Luka had 28, 10, and 15. That's great. Had a triple-double. However, Kyle Anderson, he only had 4 points, right? Kyle Anderson actually did a good job. I thought I was the only one that saw that. Shaquille O'Neal was the one that saw that too. Kyle Anderson doesn't get any credit for the defense that he played. He did a solid job on defense, man. And to me, okay, he held Luka to what he could, even though Luka was still he's still gonna get his points and everything. But I felt like Kyle Anderson needed to be talked about in this instance. I thought Mike Conley Jr., who nobody talked about, did a tremendous job playmaking. Yeah, Luka had to work for it. Kyle Anderson made him work for it. Kyle Anderson is a very slept on defender. He's a very slept on defender. Now, is he going to be? Is he like the the Drew Holiday type and all that stuff? Nah, but when he was in San, people got to realize when he was in San Antonio, when he was in San Antonio, he did a solid job, man. He did a good job while he was in Memphis too. I always we always used to get on Kyle Anderson. You know what I'm saying? He plays that. He kind of plays a similar style to Luka. I'm not saying he played just like Luka, but he plays at that play. They both play really, really slow. So I think that he understands Luka's game. Well, I like Kyle Anderson. I've always liked Kyle Anderson, man. When I used to I liked him in college when he was at UCLA. I was like, man, he plays slow, but it's like he's never in a rush, and he's still able to be successful doing what he does. He's never in a big hurry or a rush or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that get annoyed by that, but if we're gonna go there, then you better get annoyed by Luka. You better get annoyed by Paul Pierce. You better get annoyed by even Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan wasn't all fast and quick in a hurry and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They take their time to what they want to do. Um, look, man. Guys that play slow. To be honest with you, even like with James Harden, you know what I'm saying? James Harden, and of course he got the little bop bop. He's a little quick in some instances and stuff like that. But for the most part, he ain't never in no rush or whatever. But James Harden ain't really been successful team wise though. You said, do Minnesota got a chance to go to Game 7? Yeah, man, it's always a chance. It's always a chance, man. When you got the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, it's sky's the limit. I mean, you see Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons was even taking a picture with the Luka jersey on. You know what I'm saying? Look, Michael Parsons had to remind him. He said, "Look, man, I came to your game. You make sure you come to the Cowboys game." But people got to understand that Michael Parsons. Anthony Edwards, he played football too, though. Matter of fact, Anthony Edwards was just as good as a football player as he was a basketball player. What's up, my brother BJ in the building, Pull Up Podcast. Make sure y'all go sub to the brother BJ, man, at the Pull Up Podcast. Clippers fan, but definitely knows the game. Outside of the Clippers or whatever, good breakdown, man. And you can come over there, man, and also, you know what I'm saying, get a little gumbo. You got everybody giving a whole perspective and everything. Salute to the Pull Up Podcast. And shout out to everybody, man, that's been on the game. Shout out to my guy, HDI TV. Go sub to his channel. Shout out to Brandon Love Sports. Go sub to his channel, and shout out to, of course, the head honchos of the thing, Ticket TV, 78 Sports, Too Raw for TV. Go sub to all their channels, man. But now, Minnesota, man, can definitely if they take advantage of it. But when Lively comes back, a lot of people felt like if Lively would have been playing, they wouldn't have had a chance. And I hate to agree with that, but I have to, because you really see the missing link that's there, and it doesn't take, like I said, it don't take anything away from everyone else. Now, I want to talk about something that I was talking about yesterday with Pull Up, man, and that's Rudy Gobert. In the summertime, okay, I think what Rudy Gobert needs to do in the summertime, he needs to watch a lot of He needs to watch a lot of KG. He needs to watch a lot of Dennis Rodman. He needs to watch a lot of Ben Wallace. He needs to watch a lot of Hakeem. He needs to watch a lot of Zoe, Alonzo Mourning. Um, I'm not gonna say Dikembe Mutombo. I didn't I didn't really like you know what I'm saying as far as the pick and roll. Those guys that I mentioned right there, man, are really extremely gifted in being able to read the pick and roll. Even David Robinson in his early days before the injury, and Tim Duncan was cerebral at reading the pick and roll. He needs to really go work with some of those guys. Um, Go talk to Kevin McHale. Go have a sit down with like Robert Parrish, some of the older guys that really knew about pick and roll basketball and really understanding the essence of defense. Because even though that you're a 4-time defensive player of the year, there are a lot of things that you really don't understand. And see, what you got to understand, everybody always gets on me, oh man, why the hell do you got Dennis Rodman and stuff like that? I know y'all like, man, here we go with that Dennis Rodman bullshit. Dennis Rodman was excellent at reading the pick and roll, and he wasn't no 7-footer. He knew how to read the pick and roll. He knew how to read if you're gonna pick and pop in that era. If you were gonna try to, he knew how to play the passing lane. He could get down low, you know what I'm saying, and get dirty with it, you know what I'm saying, in the low post. All that points in the paint, that stuff that you see, it would have been very difficult because Minnesota, they actually won the points in the paint battle. You know, they won the points in the paint battle. I think it was 46-36 points in the paint, and on top of that, Minnesota out-rebounded them. But there's no way in hell that Anthony Edwards should have 10 rebounds, just as many rebounds as you. There's been two or three games when Anthony Edwards has out-rebounded Rudy Gobert. As a defensive player of the year, man, you have to take that serious, man. And anybody that watches my channel, they know I fucks with defense. Rondo, to be only his size, 6'1", 6'2". He was good at understanding the pick and roll, going up under there. He didn't mind giving up 6 inches, guarding LeBron, guarding different players and stuff like that. Like, you need to really get in the summer. And I'm not saying that it's over with for Rudy Gobert, but he didn't, like, that's why I'm saying he didn't deserve no Defensive Player of the Year award. You said Rudy Gobert post game is horrible. How you get down? And you know what, BJ? I'm gonna tell you like this. Pull up. You don't have to have a great offensive game. Listen, you could make up for it by doing other things. Tyson Chandler, he wasn't a great offensive player, or whatever. But the fact that he knew how, to get the ball on the pick and roll in terms of offense, and being a great cleanup, that was his MO. Dwight Howard, the same thing, And even though Dwight Howard, he tried to work with several people. He tried to work with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He tried to work with Hakeem Olajuwon, but he never could develop a consistent post game. But the one thing that you couldn't say about is that he wasn't a good cleanup man. He couldn't read the pick and roll, and he couldn't run the pick and roll on offense, and he couldn't read the high. He couldn't guard the high, high screen and roll, or be out at the high post. That's what they were doing. They were doing that high low when they were in. With the Lakers, with him and JaVale McGee or him and AD or whatever. I agree with that. And there's no reason for that. Like Rudy Gobert, you should be active, man. Like like Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama grabbing like 20 rebounds as a rookie, man. Uh, Victor Wembanyama grabbing everything that's coming off of there. And don't give me nothing about no height or nothing like that. If we want even it's wonder if if you truly have that defensive mentality. Because what did Dennis Rodman say, man? He said, yeah, he see Jordan, he see Magic, he see Karl Malone, he see Barkley, but he guys. Like he said, he didn't enjoy seeing Michael Jordan go out in the open court. He wanted to see how he could get to that guy and embarrass him from him making a shot. You think Hakeem Olajuwon was gonna let, even though Kevin Johnson is a point guard or whatever, you think he just gonna let him get away out in the open court? No, he gonna chase your ass down. And this is 7-foot Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what I'm saying? 7 foot. Just because he a 7-footer don't mean that he can't run. Don't forget that motherfucker played goalie. He played soccer. You know what I'm saying? He's agile. He got speed. I want people to look at a young. That's why I got Hakeem Olajuwon as my starting center. Yes, I do. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. Yes, I got Hakeem Olajuwon as my starting center. Okay, because y'all looking at Hakeem when he was I like that Hakeem, the one that destroyed David Robinson and all that shit. Yeah, that was cool. But I'm talking about a young Hakeem that used to really get up, man. That nigga used to get up, and that nigga used to play like he played really fast when he was younger, up and down the floor. 5 slammer jammer, go look at them days back in the day. Y'all be looking at some of these motherfuckers when they get older. I'm talking about a young Hakeem. Yeah, oh, you said he ain't got no dog in him. Nah, man, he don't have no dog in him. Anthony Edwards, he got dog in him. You know what I'm saying? Cat, every now and again, sometimes you be like, damn, Cat, come on, play like that all the time. Sometimes Cat will have some dog in him, but for the most part, Cat be freezing up a lot. You know what I'm saying? Jay, McDaniel, he got dog in him. But like, you go look at a young Patrick Ewing, you go look at a young Hakeem Olajuwon, go look at Alonzo Mourning. Look at how those guys, man, they're gonna meet your ass at the rim. I even like, some people gotta wonder. I think Bam Adebayo is a better defender than Rudy Gobert. I think Bam Adebayo gets so overlooked with what he does. They don't want to talk about him, though. But yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Pull up, man. You are the tallest player on the court, and look, man, I don't base everything all on height. You know what I'm saying? I base everything on heart and your will, and your passion, man. You said scaredy cat. Yeah, 89 Hakeem. Exactly. I'll take an 89. Hell, nah. I'll take a, hey, Ted. I'll take an 84, 85 Hakeem. 86 Hakeem. Don't forget, he went They drafted him before Jordan. That's what I'm gonna take. You know what I'm saying? Like all the, y'all be looking at these guys like everybody like, oh, Alonzo. I had some man. I had one of my family members tell me that Alonzo Mourning was trash. I was like, man, you better look at Alonzo Mourning. Even with the Heat days, he was because he's like, oh man, he didn't do nothing when he was with the Heat and all this other stuff. I like, yeah, go look at Alonzo Mourning, man, when he played at Georgetown. You know what I'm saying? Go look at Alonzo Mourning when he first got to Charlotte. Yeah, you see Shaq, dunking on him and stuff like that. But a lot of people weren't afraid to contend. A lot of people were afraid to jump in front of Shaq like that. Alonzo Mourning wasn't, but you see him getting dunked on by Shaq and stuff. Shaq was a vicious dude, man. Shaq was a vicious dude. You had to worry about if the rim was gonna, fall down on you. That's why, you had to worry about that Shaq proof. Yeah, Zoe, he was a terror, man, on offense and defense. Um, Man, I didn't have time to really talk about this other subject that I was going to talk about. I'm gonna save that for another video, man. But I want y'all to keep that in your mind. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later, though. But can Minnesota come back? Possibly. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends on that middle and Lively and all of that. You know what I'm saying? If they have Lively in their presence, man, you might as well forget about it. You know what I'm saying? And he, like I said, I don't take anything away from Kyrie. I don't take anything away from Luka. But that's where your role players come in. You know what I'm saying? Your role players are very beneficial. They're very vital. And it's crucial. That's why, like, when you look at a lot of these championship teams over time and stuff like that, they had tremendous role players. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the Kobe, with the Kobe repeat team, people could say what they want, but outside of Kobe, they had really good role players, and what doesn't get talked about too, how good Paul Gasol was. You go look at Paul Gasol's numbers, and you also go watch the game. Paul Gasol was hooping, man, and they had enough to call this man soft. Nah, Paul Gasol wasn't soft. You know what I'm saying? And Paul Gasol played defense. Don't forget he averaged when okay during the season. I think when he was playing with Kobe or whatever, he was good for you know for like 18, 19, or 10 during the regular season, and then he jumped up during the playoffs. He would average like 11 boards, have like 20 points, and close to like 2 blocks. Yeah, man. So I know I keep bouncing around and stuff like that, but I have to mention that because everybody always wants to talk about, oh, he's soft and all this other stuff. Nah, what you see from Cat is acting soft sometimes. What you see from Rudy Gobert is acting soft sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a technician on defense, man. That's the best way that I can explain it. Look at Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars was a technician on on defense. That's why Jordan said he was the only one that really gave him problems. Alvin Robinson, he was a technician on defense. You know what I'm saying? KG, he was a linebacker and a technician on defense. Yeah, he only got one ring, but you don't understand how he would communicate with his teammates, man, when he was with Minnesota back in those days. You know what I'm saying? He had to get everybody. He saw everybody. For him being a postman and being able to do it, he said he loved defense. Odom. Oh hell nah. Odom wasn't no scrub, man. Odom actually. You know what? I know this is gonna trip y'all out when I say this. All right, and y'all gonna really be crazy when I say this. I think Odom had a smooth, prettier game than some of the superstars that we talk about. It's just that he wasn't no main player. He wasn't no superstar or nothing like that. But I like the way that Lamar Odom, the way his game was, man. He was 6'10", could handle the rock. He could step out, hit the J. He wasn't never in no rush. He was real smooth, real calm with it. You know what I'm saying? And he would flow to the basket. He was real, real smooth with it, man. You know what I'm saying? And he could play. He could find you too. He was a good playmaker too. Odom wasn't no scrub. That nigga would pull up on your ass in a heartbeat. And he is left-handed too. Southpaw, your worst nightmare? Shit. Over Draymond. Oh, that's a tough one. Cause I do fuck with Draymond. I like Draymond though. I like Draymond, man. But as far but Dray, what's his name? Odom was more offensive minded. He had more, more so in his bag and all that stuff. And I felt like he was a better passer too. But as far as defense and getting guys to their spots or whatever, and really running more of the whole entire offense, yeah, Draymond. Replace Draymond with Odom. Man, that's tough, man. Like I said, man, I like and I like Draymond. I'm probably like one of the few ones in the LDBC that fucks with Draymond. Now I don't appreciate his antics and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen much worse. But everybody sitting here, man, they're acting like, okay, man, I don't want Draymond. I wouldn't have Draymond on my team, nigga. When Draymond won the Defensive Player of the Year that year, everybody would have wanted Draymond on their team. Him coming out of Michigan State, oh yes, you wanted a Draymond on your team. Yes, absolutely. I would have took him on the Sixers in a heartbeat. But do I appreciate some of the stuff that he does outside of the court? No. But he's a cerebral type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he has ring. Everybody, they talk about the Hall of Fame thing. You know what I'm saying? It's debatable. You know what I'm saying? But you got to realize, man, this dude got records. You know what I'm saying? In terms of blocks, rebounds, uh, assists, in a season. But hey, man, I got to get up out of here, man. I definitely be pulling up on y'all a little bit later. Make sure you hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Shout out to the whole entire Lions Den, both basketball as well as boxing communities. Until then, straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. I'll get at you later.